I found the love of my life. We shared 2 beautiful children, 3 children, his older daughter. It's the best thing ever.
Sandra Bullock's best thing ever is sadly no more. As a partner of 8 years, Bryan Randall passed away on Saturday after a private battle with ALS. Private is exactly what Sandra and Bryan's relationship was. In December 2021, Sandra, in a very rare moment, explained why she hadn't married Bryan.
I don't need a paper to be a devoted partner
That's
and devoted
it.
mother.
Yeah.
I don't need to be told to be ever present in the hardest of times.
But Sandra also revealed that her daughter Lila, who is 10 now and probably 8 at the time, called Bryan by a particular name.
What was Bryan watching? He was watching, Squid Game.
Oh,
and she
yes.
walked out of the room
Yo.
and she was depressed. I was like, what happened?
Yeah.
Just, I don't want Dad to watch that.
The statement about Bryan's passing is attributed to Bryan's loving family, saying, "It is with great sadness that we share that on August 5th, Bryan Randall passed away peacefully after a 3-year battle with ALS. Bryan chose early to keep his journey with ALS private, and those of us who cared for him did our best to honor his request. We are immensely grateful to the tireless doctors who navigated the landscape of this illness with us, and to the astounding nurses who became our roommates, often sacrificing their own families to be with ours. At this time, we ask for privacy to grieve and to come to terms with the impossibility of having to say goodbye to Bryan." In putting together this segment, I pulled some interviews that came to mind that Sandra's done over the last few years. Red Table Talk was one of them. And CBS Sunday Morning was another one, because I know Sandra talked about her desire to take a break after The Lost City came out in March 2022.
Work in front of the camera needs to take a pause.
For how long?
I don't know. Until I don't feel like I feel now when I'm in front of a camera.
Which is?
I want to be at home. Because I was always running. I was always running to the next thing. I just want to be present and responsible for one thing.
This upcoming clip hits a lot different now. Of course, we don't know what Bryan's prognosis was when he was diagnosed with ALS in 2020, but he would have been in the midst of his battle when Sandra said this.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how's life now?
I'd say it's my life, so it's about a 9.2.
That's very specific. Why 9.2?
Because the other shoe will drop. It will.
They met in January 2015 when Bryan was hired, being the professional photographer that he was, to take pictures at Sandra's son's birthday party.
I'm a bulldozer. My life was already on the track, and here's this beautiful human being who doesn't want anything to do with my life, but the right human being to be there.
8 months into their relationship, Sandra reminded Bryan of that legal documentation that he'd signed back in January at that birthday party.
You remember that NDA you signed when you photographed my son? He was like, yeah. He's like, he was still scared. His whole life had been unraveled because of me.
Right.
And I said, that still holds. And he was like, yeah, okay, why? And I was like, because I'm bringing a child home when I come back from Toronto. And he was like,
my God.
sorry, what? He was like, and he was so happy. But he was scared.
As Sandra brought Lila home that September, right around the time that Bryan accompanied Sandra to her Our Brand is Crisis movie premiere, but didn't actually walk the red carpet. He would never actually walk a red carpet with Sandra. In 2018, he once again was spotted by Sandra's side on the way to the Ocean's 8 premiere in London, but slipped away once they got to the red carpet. That same year, Bryan kind of had a photo of Sandra on his private Instagram page, thanking her for the B-Day love, saying, "God, I love you." And then in 2020, Sandra's face was covered again outside the Children's Hospital in LA, and Bryan's caption said, "Kids wanted to give masks. 6,000 of them went to the Warriors on the front lines in downtown LA." And he concluded with, "I'm not sure who that freak is in the background."
How has your partner been during all of this?
I mean, with
through all
me,
of this?
very patient.
Yes.
A year later, with the Pinkett Smiths, Sandra had nothing but praise for the partner who had stayed in the background of the global superstar's public persona.
He has evolved on a level that is not human.
Well, after 8 years together, that included Bryan's 3-year battle with ALS, the other shoe is dropped, as Sandra put it. While Sandra managed to keep their relationship private, and Bryan kept his ALS battle secret, in death, Bryan's name is in headlines around the globe as the world reacts in shock as Sandra grieves. But after listening to Sandra at Red Table Talk 2 years ago, Willa Smith made an observation of Sandra.
Isn't she awesome?
You're a really, really strong woman.
Yeah, she is.
Like, really.
You know what? I am.
Yeah.
And I am, and sometimes I wish it wasn't so, because sometimes I just wish I could let myself just fall apart,
Yeah.
but it's not my time yet.
Yeah.
I'll fall apart when it's my time.
I have no doubt that Sandra has fallen apart right now, as would be expected, but I also have no doubt that she'll be back.
I have a spirit that just says, even when things were bad, I'm like, it's gonna get better. I'm lucky.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's your reaction to Bryan Randall's passing?
I don't want to rely on work to fill me, but I just don't see a lot other than everyone under my roof. That's it.